that through dancing and clapping you remove all bad decrees. עיקר כבוד השם יתברך כשרחוקים ביותר מקרבים את עצמם לעבודת איתו השם יתברך. Hashem's greatest honor is when you bring those who are far from Him close to Him. כי אז יתעלה ידקר שמי לקודשה בריחו, and you reveal and you give honor to Hashem's name through this. When a person who's so far and didn't respect Hashem, now he starts respecting and now starts giving honor to Hashem's name, then now raises up and gives the biggest kavod to Hashem. He says, "We need gadel kavod shemo yitbarach," and Hashem's name, greatness and honor became bigger. So therefore, a person has to try his hardest to mekarev the rechukim, to bring close those who are far. A person has to be careful at the same time not to make far those who are close, meaning himself, right? A person says, "Rabbi, I'm going to the club to go save my friends," even though he might be doing some wrong things over there himself. So therefore, he has to make sure that he has to do kiruv the right way, but he has to do kiruv nonetheless. And he says, "V'gam en shum adam leyash et atzmo mitkarev la'adkot Hashem yitbarach machmat shenitrachek me'od." And for sure, he himself, that a person, if he himself needs kiruv, he should go and do the kiruv to himself, and he should not give up, even though he's very far from Hashem. But I know very famous Rabbi Nachman is Ein Yushim Yush Ba'olam Kalal. There's no such thing as giving up. The worst thing you can do for yourself is to give up. The 50th gate of Tumas, says Arizal, is called Yeush. It's called giving up. Even if a person, God forbid, did immorality. Even if a person, God forbid, broke Shabbat. Even if a person ate non-kosher. At the end of the day, he could do teshuvah. He could come back. Hashem will accept him and love him. But the person gives up. He says, "No, there's no tikkun for me. There's no point in trying. I always try to pray. I always try to do mitzvah. It's not for me. That's it. I give up." So then that's it. He's going to be in the worst situation out of everybody. Everybody else, they can at least do teshuvah, and he blocked himself from teshuvah, and he is in Yeush, which is very dangerous. Even though you did a lot of sins, you did a lot of bad, what does the Yetzer tell you? He feeds you the biggest lie in the world. What does the Yetzer tell you? You're a tzaddik, you're going to go on Netz Minyan, you're going to go and put on tefillin, you know what this arm did 2 minutes ago? You know where you were, you know what you did? Hashem will look at you and say, "Feh, how can you come and do mitzvah? I don't want any of your mitzvot." And then the Yetzer feeds you this, it puts these in your mind, and then you say, "Yeah, going to get home anyways, just to do more. I'm enjoying anyways, might as well, who cares? I'm a lost cause." And this is the biggest lie Yetzer fed you, because the Yetzer doesn't want you to start changing and coming close to Hashem. Therefore, a person has to fight this and try as much as he can to come close to Hashem. Rabbi, he says, Nabarot, opposite. He says, "Rabbi, but I did so many sins. Rabbi, I have such a history. I'm going to go and come back to Hashem. Hashem doesn't want me. You know how impure I am?" He says, Rabbi Nachman, opposite. Because you're going to be so far and you're going to come back, Hashem's going to say, "Wow, look at such a kavod I got. Even such a guy who was so far, look how he came back." And people are going to say, "This guy did teshuvah. I have to do teshuvah. If this guy did teshuvah," they're going to reveal the greatness of Hashem in the world if this person does teshuvah. So a person should not buy the baloney of the Yetzer Hara. Rather, he should tell the Yetzer Hara, "No, if I did teshuvah, it's going to bring other people, and the farther that I was actually was a greater thing." I don't recommend to go so far, but now that a person's there already, now he can give a big kavod to Hashem. Problem is that you have to know how to do teshuvah. Person just says, "I'm doing teshuvah." So what does he do? He does teshuvah, like we learned in the Gemara. You can't have Amaretz Hasid. You can't have ignoramus as a pious man. So what happens? He goes to mikveh, he goes to Netz, he wears 2 tefillins, because that's what he heard about. And then when it comes to kashrut, "Oh, what's Bet Yosef? Oh, I don't know. I didn't know you have to wash your hands between milk and meat. I didn't know you have to go and do Shnai Mikra Chat Targum. I didn't know yet." He's going to pick and choose the things that he knows, but he's not going to do teshuvah really, 100%. So how does he do teshuvah 100%? He has to go tzadikei ador. He has to connect to the tzadikim of the generation. Tzadikei emet hem ma'alin tefillah ba'aliyot gdolot, she'ed shemegalin ekoloto melchuto yitbarach kol be'adei olam. Afilu rechakim me'od. the greater the person is, the greater the tzaddik is, the more of Hashem he can reveal to even farther people. A guy who's not such a big rabbi, he won't be able to connect to everybody. He'll only connect to maybe religious people. But a person who's a greater tzaddik, he can even reveal Hashem and explain Hashem and bring spirituality even to people who are very far from Hashem. He says, he says eventually even goyim, in the end of days, even the goyim will acknowledge Hashem. Like we said, there's goyim who come to the Jews and says, wow, you Jewish people, you guys are the greatest, you guys are the chosen people, I want to come close to you. So eventually that's what's going to happen when Mashiach comes. But until then, who is going to be able to reveal the greatness of Hashem to even to those people? You need a great tzaddik. And they're the masters of the prayer. And they're going to be able to give the prayer to pray and to help you. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu desires their prayers and desires them they should come close, desires that you should come close. So therefore a person has to make sure to try to come